Remember, to express a fraction as a decimal, you divide the numerator by the denominator. 6 divided by 24 equals 0.25. 12 divided by 14 equals, here we have 0.857 and there are more numbers. Let's say we wanted to round it to 2 decimal places. So the third decimal place is 7, which means we will round the second decimal place up. So the answer is 0.86. And our answer is approximate or rounded. 15 divided by 35 equals 0.4285, and there are more numbers. If we wanted to round to 2 decimal places, then we are looking at third decimal place, that's 8. So we are going to round it up. It's going to be 0.43. And it's a rounded answer, or approximately 0.43. Here we have to change a mixed number to an improper fraction. For that, we multiply 2 by the denominator 7, and we add the numerator 3, and the denominator remains the same, equals 14 plus 3 divided by 7, so 17/7. So a mixed number 2 and 3/7 equals to 17/7 as an improper fraction. Question B. 1 times 8 plus 5 over 8 equals 8 plus 5 over 8 equals 13/8. Question C. 7 times 9 plus 2 over 9 equals 63 plus 2 over 9 equals 65/9. Here we have to change an improper fraction to a mixed number. So 15/2. Ask yourself how many times 2 fits into 15, and that would be 7. 7 times 2 is 14, so we have 15 take away 14, so 1/2. Another way of thinking about these questions is thinking you have a lot of slices of pizza, and all these slices are worth half a pizza, so that all the pizzas are cut into half. If you have 15 halves of pizza, how many full pizzas do you have? Well, you have 7 full pizzas, that's 14 halves, and then you still have 1/2 of a pizza left, so 7.5. Question B, 22/7. How many times 7 fits into 22? 3 full times, and 3 times 7 equals 21. So we have 1/7 here, 59/8. How many times 8 fits fully into 59? Well, 8 times 7 is 56, so 7 full times, and then 59 take away 56, we still have 3/8. Here we have to reduce the given fraction to lowest terms. So for the first fraction, we are looking for what is the greatest common factor for 8 and 14. Both of them divide by 1 and also by 2. Once we know the greatest common factor, we divide the top, or the numerator, by 2, and also the bottom, or we should call it denominator, by the greatest common factor 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So 8/14 equals to 4/7. These are called equivalent fractions, and 4/7 is fraction in lowest terms. 25/35. Both of these numbers divide by 5, so 25 divided by 5 and 35 divided by 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 35 divided by 5 equals 7. So we have 5/7. Let's check, is there any other common factor that we could divide both 5 and 7 by? And the only one is 1, So this is the fraction in lowest terms. 27/63. Both of these numbers divide by 9, so equals 27 divided by 9 is 3, and 63 divided by 9 is 7. So we have 3/7. So 27/63 in lowest terms equals to 3/7. Here we have to add the fractions. 1/7 plus 2/7 equals 3/7. Question B, we have 5/12. Take away 1/12. That equals 4/12. And it's also asking us to reduce the answer if it's possible. Both 4 and 12 divide by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 4/12 is correct answer, but the answer in lowest terms is 1/3. For question C, we have to come up with a common denominator before we can subtract the fractions. Here, 12 divides by 3, and 12 also divides by itself, or 12. So common denominator is 12. To change 2/3 to 12ths, we are going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 4. 3 times 4 will give us 12, but whatever we do on the bottom or in the denominator, we have to do on the top or in the numerator, minus 1/12. And that equals 2 times 4 is 8, so we have 8/12 minus 1/12. And that equals 7/12. For question D, again we have to come up with a common denominator first. So what is the lowest common multiple for 5 and 9? If we are unsure, we can check 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and so forth. And for 9, we have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Oh, and we found it. 45 is the lowest common multiple. So we're going to try to change 2/5 into 45ths, and the same for the second fraction. What do I need to multiply by the 5 to get 45? I have to multiply by 9. If I do it on the bottom, in the denominator, I have to do it on the top as well. And for 1/9, what do I have to multiply by 9 to get 45? 5, both in numerator and denominator. Notice that when we multiply both numerator and denominator by 9, really what we are doing, we are multiplying the fraction by 1, because 9/9 is a 1. So we're not changing, we are just finding an equivalent fraction for 2/5 so that we would be able to add these two fractions. So 2 times 9 is 18, and 5 times 9 is 45. 1 times 5 is 5, and 9 times 5, 45. So finally we have a common denominator, which means we will be able to add the numerators. 18 plus 5 is 23. Then we should check, is there a common factor for 23 and 45? Or in other words, can we reduce the answer? And there isn't. So this is the final answer. Here we have to add mixed numbers. There are a couple ways to do it. The way I will do it is we will change each fraction from a mixed number into an improper fraction first, and then we will find a common denominator so that we can add the numerators. So 3 1/4, if I change to an improper fraction, so 3 times 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 times 6 plus 5 over 6. That equals 13/4 plus 11/6. Now we have denominator 4 and denominator 6, so we have to find the lowest common multiple, and that is 12. So here, 13/4, if I multiply both top and the bottom by 3, I will change the denominator to a 12. here, I will multiply by 2 because that will change the denominator to 12. I'm not changing the fraction because I'm multiplying both numerator and denominator by 2, and 2 over 2 is 1, and we can always multiply by 1. So now we have 39 twelfths plus 22 twelfths, and that equals 39 plus 22 is 61 twelfths. 61 twelfths can be written as a mixed number. So how many full times 12 fits into 61? Well, we know that 5 times 12 is 60, so 5 full times and 1 twelfths. So the answer is 5 and 1 twelfths. For question F, we will do the same method. 4 times 9 plus 2 over 9, and 2 times 6 plus 1 over 6 equals 36 plus 2 over 9 minus 12 plus 1 over 6 equals 38 ninths, take away 13 sixths. Now we have denominator of 9 and denominator of 6, and we need a common denominator. So what is the lowest common multiple for 9 and 6? That would be 18. So 38 ninths, if I multiply both top and the bottom, or numerator and the denominator, by 2, I will get the denominator of 18, and 13 sixths, I would have to multiply by 3, both top and the bottom. So 38 times 2 is 76 18ths, take away 39 18ths, and that equals 37 18ths. Now, how many full times does 18 fit into 37? And that's twice. 2 times 18 is 36. So the answer is 2 and 1 18th.